Alrighty then, it's time for a Jungle Jax game. This one is a hell of a doozy. Which one? Because morale started off at the lowest point it could be for this team. Which do? Because the ribbon we have in our teammates says she was a Diamond 1 Smurf, and because we didn't give her jungle or mid, we're gonna lose, and we're all pieces of shit. Yeah, that's a good way to jumpstart the game. Anyways, attack damage red, attack damage quints, armor yellow, magic resistance blues, 12, 18, 0 mastery. Thunderlord's Decree, I believe, is the one I got. It's because, right now currently it's very strong. Anyhow, Jungle Jax, I've gotten a full length about it, that it has its weaknesses and whatnot, but it's Jax. He carries really hard. So if you get fed, if you get big, you're just going to slaughter everyone. So from the very get-go, I see that Talon is getting super aggro, so I just go for the chickens and then go straight to gank him, and I managed to actually stun and chunk the shit out of him. I thought he flashed my QE, but instead he ate a bunch of damage. Then Zac, for whatever reason, decides to fight me, and Talon joins in the fight. He doesn't have a flash at all, so this is very, very risky and dangerous, and he paid for that. Unfortunately, as you can see top lane, my Riven is getting destroyed, and she's bitching already. In an uncontrollable amount. In fact, the second Pantheon shows up in lane, well, she gets ganked by Zac, she retreats and says I'm a piece of shit jungler and should be ganking for her. But I was kind of busy doing other things, but whatever. And now this is where it kind of gets a little bit frustrating, and you'll see. And she's going to start roaming at level 2. Fortunately, despite her being a dick, the enemy Talon is going to push out far enough that she's actually going to be able to be of a use. See, Talon keeps going aggro when he probably shouldn't, and this makes it so Riven can pin him down and me show up to do the burst damage to finish him off. So, there's a silver lining to that. Although right here, me just using Q to sort of traverse the wall has a raging uncontrollably. Oh, you motherfucker, you shouldn't be stealing the camp or anything. So, Riven is all sorts of salty already. Here, I actually fade my teleport. I'm just sort of gauging how much time I'm wasting by teleporting. I know that Talon might get aggro once he gets to level 6, so I'm just kind of holding around. Zed goes in, hits all brave, Talon chunks the shit out of him, but fortunately does enough damage to finish him off. It becomes a double kill, and it's kind of worth it. Me, I get to soak up lane experience and get a bit more gold, so I'm happy regardless. Another bad thing about this game, though, as you will be seen quite often, my bottom lane is going to have the tendency of dying. So right now they just got double killed. It's not going to be the only double kill they're going to grant the enemy team. Anyways, you can see the Riven, in her full unbridled rage, comes and tries to steal my camp, including a blue buff. Fortunately, I have a smite, so she can't steal that. But yeah, she's being a total bitch. Mid is now the threat of Zac and Talon, but of course I just happened to be at the right spot at the right time, and we managed to pick ourselves a double kill. I grant it to Zed just because he needs this to snowball or at least be able to crush the enemy team. I'm very unsure about this game. However, I'm getting pretty big, pretty fed, and Satan Devour is going to pull. Is going to be very beneficial to my team. If we can unlock Jax's powers, even if it means trading my life a few times in order to get a few stacks, to me that's completely worth it. Now, Jax, as we all know right now, is insanely powerful, especially with the Rage Blade. So picking him in the jungle could still work out for you because it's only a matter of time before you ramp up and go nuts. So Jungle Jax, currently, just because of the items, someone I would say you probably should try picking. But he's still pretty flawed as a jungler in that he needs gold, and that his early game is a little wonky because his cooldowns aren't with him, and his mana early on is also pretty restrictive. So, yeah, he still has some weaknesses, but the Rage Blade is just so insanely strong on him that I can make up for it. In this game, you're actually going to see that. If I wasn't getting so fed, if I wasn't getting so many camps without it being contested, I probably wouldn't be as far ahead as I am right now. My City Devourer is quite far, although it's not gonna hit there at 20 minutes yet. And I mean, given the fact that I've had to go into lanes and defend them or gank for people, it's pretty good either way. But as you can see, my bottom lane is They just opened up a soup kitchen right now. They're just feeding bottom lane. I don't blame the Anivia. She's actually, you know, very cooperative and being useful. But I think the Caitlyn may have never played AD carry. Although she did say, you know, I'm going to give it my best. So I can't really hate on her too much. Here I flash E against the Pantheon because I need him to die quickly because I'm afraid of the Riven getting killed. As you can see, she was kind of standing still for a little while because right now she's typing in all chat, you piece of shit Jax, you shit, you're trash, and all that other crap. Like, someone needs to chill the fuck out. Like, even despite the fact that she has such a shitty early game, we have a chance sort of to bring it back. Although right now, not much of a chance because Zed goes in all crazy, gets absolutely destroyed by Misfortune. Zac shows up and kills Anivia, and I probably shouldn't have jumped in there because now I just joined the death squad. I mean, I became another victim of the death squad. All 5 of them were down there. At this point, I can't really blame bottom lane because the enemy team is just kind of focused on eating them, although bottom lane should probably be playing a little bit safer. Anyhow, you can see that this game is quite a hellish endeavor. By the length of this video, you can tell this game is going to take quite a while. I'm just trying to farm up my Sated Devour as much as I can now that I have the Rage Blade. I figure, you know, I'm close to unlocking the Jax. All I need is one glorious fight. And remember what I said that I'm going to go in there even if it means I die? I'm trying to unlock my Devour. Because even if I get murdered, my team is already losing anyways. So I just figure we're gonna be put behind, but as soon as I get Sated Devour, maybe I can start making some comebacks or something. Fortunately, my team got a few kills there, and I still was able. I still was triggered for the assist, so my Sated Devour got a few stacks. Right there, the Zed is just yelling at the Riven because Riven is being a bitch. Sated Devour close to unlocking itself, and the Riven. Oh boy. Anyways, we catch the Zac, we kill him before anybody even manages to save him. They just back away, and all I need is one more for my Sated Devour. So you can see me here killing the Skullcrab instead of joining my teammates. A fight breaks out, and the enemy team puts themselves in a position for me to flank them. Pantheon and the Misfortune gets hit by my E, and they get just frozen solid, or stunned, or whatever. Misfortune's ultimate gets cancelled, and they get obliterated. So I can say that Jax has been unlocked, although that fight was probably going to be won even if I didn't have Sated Devour. For whatever reason, the Janna sticks around too close and she gives me an easy kill, and she burned her flash. So I'm quite massive now. So I figure the next best item to buy is a defensive item or something, you know, Dead Man's Plate, that gives me some offense. And then go for a full tank because I have a feeling I'm going to be the only one in my team that can murder anybody. The rest of my team can probably pin them down, well, except Zed, and, you know, do things, but for the most part, I think I'm going to be the one who's going to have to destroy the enemy team. So I go tanky just because at this point I'm far enough ahead that I can, with just these 2 items, beat anyone to death. Anyhow, I know I'm saying anyhow quite a bit. I can go crazy on the enemy team now. I jumped against the Janna, go home and heal, and then you can see my teammates at bottom lane. They're still just gonna hang around and absolutely get murdered because fuck it, you know. Let's not have any map awareness and just keep getting murdered by the enemy team. Fortunately, here they don't realize I'm here at all, so Zac initiates on the Anivia, abandoning Janna completely, and I just start beating her to death. the Anivia managed to hold her down, and I managed to finish her off. But then Misfortune, Zac, and I believe the Pantheon show up. So I'm kind of pinned through here, but thanks to the ward hopping, I managed to escape, and they don't get anything from this. Misfortune chases me a little too much, so as soon as she gets too close enough to me, I jump her with my E, with my stun on me, and Q, and just start beating her to death. My teammates turn around and manage to kill a few of them, but overall, we lose this fight. I kill Pantheon and I kill Misfortune, but Talon shows up and tears us a new asshole. So it's still a net loss in this one. It's quite a painful game. It's rather even. Now the Riven pushing and yelling at us and spamming laugh at the enemy for whatever reason keeps dying. She's saying that we suck and we're responsible for losing, but as you can see, that might not be the case. Anyhow, I know Jax is insanely powerful right now, but the enemy team balances this out by having an insanely powerful Misfortune. For whatever reason, she's insanely tanky. I'm going to assume that Sterak's God is just making her insanely tanky. I probably should have bought at some point Last Whisper or whatever. Anyways, they engage on Riven. I don't get off my stun. It fails. But the enemy team's fight is very scattered. So they kind of leave their front line, their softies in the front line without Jax support, and they get murdered. And then we're able just to assault their back line. We stun Pantheon and Misfortune and absolutely obliterate Pantheon. We just keep jumping on the Misfortune. There's nothing that you can do. I'm just kind of sustaining myself and dealing tons of damage. And I managed to finish her off. Zac tries to fight me a little 1v1 just because I'm low and gets destroyed as well. And then we just beat his little slime pieces to shreds. So yeah, this game is going heavily in our favor. Now, despite every time we win a team fight in a glorious way, we get situations like this. The Caitlyn is pushing a tower, and instead of sort of running like me, she dies. So we can't really, regroup and push an advantage. Here I make a huge mistake of using Smite on the Wraith. I should have realized that maybe the enemy team was going to go for Baron. So unfortunately, we're going to go for Baron, and they're not actually going to get the best Smite possible. I could have probably stolen it, so that's my huge mistake. Still though, I got a good stun on them. Misfortune's ultimate destroys us, but we managed to pick off a few people. We kill Pantheon, we kill the Janna, and we kill the Zac, I believe. So the only ones who still is going to have that the Baron passive is Misfortune. So, silver linings, right? Still though, she's fucking insane, so her getting bigger is not something we like. Yeah, that was my mistake. I'm not holding on to Smite. I was just trying to get the chicken vision, just like I always like to, just to clear some wars around. And I know I could have also gotten a red Smite, but I figured maybe I'm going to need these things to maneuver around the map or help my teammates out. I jump on the Misfortune immediately because I figured maybe I could kill her quick enough before the enemy team responds with a Zed nearby. But this is what we find out. She's fucking tanky as shit. I get destroyed. But they burn a lot of ultimates, so that's a little bit of a good thing. Because they're chasing my teammates down, and they're taking a lot of damage in the chase. So all it takes is for my teammates to get one good stun off, and it'll obliterate them. And that's what they end up doing. The enemy team is very scattered, and they don't have the resources to fight this. So they get absolutely wrecked. Then Misfortune shows up, she eats a Q from the Anivia, and gets absolutely hand-blasted as well. So that was a turnaround. Again, I didn't intend that, so my whole initiation against the Misfortune was very reckless and greedy. But the enemy team followed through after having burned all their resources, and that's not something you want to do. Once again, Zed is pushing top lane. He actually gets a tower, and even though he gets chased down, they don't manage to kill him, so good for him. Now comes a bit more of sadness you'll see. You'll see. Right now my team needs to take mid tower and top tower. Well, actually no, here I catch Pantheon and I beat him to death. I just caught him with a glimpse of my ward, and I realized he's still here with no mana, so he became an easy kill. But no, here's what I mean. We go for mid tower. Actually, wait, no, it doesn't even happen. Sorry, I'm misleading you. We take the inhibitor. We're waiting for perhaps another fight to happen. Talon and Misfortune are close by, so I initiate on them. I have a Guardian's Angel, so it doesn't even matter if they kill me. So I can survive enough damage and just beat them to death. Misfortune's ultimate obliterates us again. Jesus Christ, it does so much damage. But we still get a bit of the upper hand. We kill two of them, we kill Misfortune, and Zac, he manages to be so goddamn fat he can't die. Then they follow through and they try to initiate on me, but I have a Guardian's Angel. Pantheon gets absolutely blown up. I finally die, but again, Guardian's Angel saves me, and then a Talon meets his end. So we just killed 6 of them, I think, right? No, 5 of them. Zac didn't die, but we killed one of them twice. So we're able to get an inhibitor tower. A Nexus tower. It's an insane trade-off for my Guardian Angel, and I figured that's going to be worth it, because now I could just sell the item and buy a whole different item. A Randuin's Omen, which I come to regret later and probably should have bought a Frozen Heart. Sadness. Or a Last Whisper to actually deal damage, because I can't kill the Misfortune in a timely manner. Now, my god, this game is wearing thin because the amount of horrible toxicity in chat is getting insane. But we go for Baron and we manage to secure it, and I'm hoping we can put this game to rest right here and now. Unfortunately, as you can see by the minimap, Caitlyn is not grouping up with us at all. We're pushing through towards mid, but she's going top lane, and we tell her just stay with us mid. We're gonna push it through, and then we're gonna once the minions get through there, we'd go to the side. or at least we try to focus on the next Nexus, whatever. I was also wanting to push down bottom for it to be safe, but fight happens, we all engage poorly, including me, and we get absolutely slaughtered. I don't know if we had Caitlyn there to shoot people from a distance if we would have been made much of a difference, but we get wiped the fuck out. This is a massive throw situation. Of course, as you can see, there's still 3 minutes in the video, so it's not exactly over. But Jesus Christ, that was bad. And then Caitlyn doesn't pay attention to the map and doesn't notice that Zach's already lining up to smack her, and she gets killed. She could have probably actually killed all of them, maybe not the Zach, or it might have been close, but she didn't pay attention to the fact that Zach was going to cannonball her ass at that moment. It's a really painful game, and just playing it was stress. Again, the amount of bitching, the amount of going back and forth, but hey, it's a very even game. And shit like this is pretty entertaining to watch for some people. But anyways, I keep telling my teammates to push down bottom, but they keep looking for individual fights. We should try. I was hoping to try to overwhelm them with minions so we can maybe snipe the Nexus Tower, because they're becoming very, very hard to kill. That we either have to find a sneak attack on them, like grab one person, finish them off, or they have to blunder into us and just get absolutely stunned and destroyed. So we're having issues with either one. I'm sticking by in the back, just waiting for a situation in which I can go in safely. It's like we catch the misfortune, she doesn't get killed, the fight breaks out, her ultimate destroys Zed, and now we're forced to retreat once again. At this point, I think Zed should just abandon building more damage and just build a Guardian Angel, though I think from the look of his build, he's trying that. It's just he's getting absolutely destroyed by Misfortune's ultimate. We can't really muster any combat because we just get destroyed by that thing. Yeah, it's pretty bullshit right now, ain't it? Though, of course, Jack's pretty bullshit too with the Rage Blade, so I can't really complain that much. Anyways, we go towards down bottom lane to hopefully maybe get it. I prepare with some wards, and here comes the only situation which we could have probably made something. Zach comes in, misses, at the same time Pantheon's jumping in. I line up to try to stun Pantheon and kill him quickly enough, but then Misfortune's ultimate absolutely destroys us, and I get picked off as well. So, with that, my team gets wiped out, and the enemy team makes the final push to destroy our team. And of course, you could tell who was raging in all chat at this moment, saying they were all trash and that she never got a gank the entire jungle time. I mean, the entire jungle phase, because, you know, I don't know, I couldn't gank you if you were not actually there, you were still roaming. So, yeah, such a shame, but hey, it showcased, well, you know, unlocking Jax and him bloodering people. I made a few mistakes and that might have cost the game, but still, whatever. Misfortune's still silly, Jax is still silly, Rageblade's still silly, hooray! This channel is supported by my sponsors, Crunchyroll, Pro Build Systems, and Loot Crate. Check out the description below for links to the websites. Signing up for any trials, including Crunchyroll's free anime trial, greatly supports my channel. Also remember to give the video a like to support the channel and subscribe if you haven't yet.